Respected President of GVP, Professor P.S. Rao Garu, Secretary of GVP, Professor Somyasal Garu, the Principal of the esteemed college, Professor Koteswara Garu, my friends from industry, should I correct it? Am I closer to it? Okay. Sudhir, Lavanam and Nagveer, and also off the dais, a few friends I know, Yudhishthir and Kiriti, and of course few other galaxy of industrial experts who have come all the way. And my dear placement officers, very good evening and my greetings on this occasion. Thanks to Venkata Rao for giving me this wonderful opportunity. In fact, many of you may not be aware, most of the time I'm after this man. And his few other friends as well. Maruti is also there. In fact, Venkata Rao, while delivering his speech, he wanted me to be a teacher to reprimand or scold or I don't know what to do. Definitely I'm a professor, but today I want to take the role of a placement officer. Because between 2004 and 8, I was a placement officer. That was a beautiful journey. And to be a placement officer is a great thing. And amidst students, guiding them, motivating them, hand-holding them, and finally see that excitement in them when they receive the offer letter and the kind of connectivity they maintain thereafter. Definitely placement officer role is a much bigger role than a professor. In fact, thank God I was a placement officer at a very beautiful time. I was a placement officer between 2004 and 2008. That was a dream run for me. 2004, I have placed 48 students, and 2005 placed 152 students. 2006, I placed 256. 2007, 376. And thank God I was made a principal of a college. I left that. I thanked God number of times for not allowing me in that role for few more years. Had I continued beyond 2008, I would have become so unpopular. So much, I was so popular, so much so that, my students call me HCR because I am Hemachandra Reddy. And they assigned other thing for this HCR. They called me hero of campus recruitments. And I always believe all the gods are with me always. So I think that's a beautiful role any individual should play in any college. In fact, now I am struggling. As Chairman AP State Council of Higher Education for the last 4 years, we are thinking of so many reforms. We are trying to push very hard and we are trying to convince the students. Mostly the normal administrative route we take. We inform the vice chancellors inform the principals inform HODs. This route is not working at all. Now I'm just trying other route. In fact, only a couple of months back I instructed my office people, why don't you post everything to placement officers so that it definitely reaches students there. Many initiatives that we have taken, APSHE never thought in these lines. We have initiated direct student connect programs like Talk the Book and excellence awards, the many initiatives directly we started them to benefit the student directly. Of course, it's not the role of APSHE. It's not the duty of APSHE to directly get connected to the students. But we started a few things in order to impress upon the students that, look, you need to do a little more than what you are doing right now in the campuses. But definitely, this chain needs to be built. I very vividly remember, was it a couple of years back, Venkatrao? I called the office bearers of TPO consortium to my office. I hosted a small meeting, made a couple of requests, not couple of requests, 3 requests, if I vividly remember. And you did not do even one thing for the last 2-3 years. I always knew that you will not cooperate with your other colleagues, but I never knew that you are not cooperating with your former TPO. That's very bad. In fact, one thing which is very dear to me, I always thought, one reason why I called all of you there. See, the placement officer starts his duty, his job of interacting with the students, maybe after second year, third year. Mostly as the student enters into third year, fine, you aim at them and you start motivating them, hand-holding them, training them. But in the process, a student has already lost 2 years. He has drifted everywhere, and all of a sudden you call them to assemble, and then you start asking them to do this, that, learn this, that. That is a bit too late. So my first request to TPOs was to create a very comprehensive toolkit or a workbook on career paths and career planning. And right from the word go, the student enters into the campus. What he or she should be doing in the first semester, what skills shall be acquired, and with what skills he or she can move to the next semester. And this is what we need to very clearly inform in as simple language as possible. We should inform the students. No, let us first inform them. And this request, at least, now once again I'm making, Venkatrao, you please take it a little serious. Because day in, day out, entire your office hours, you are working only in these lines. This is your duty. Please compile the information, prepare such wonderful workbooks for each faculty of learning. Mechanical, civil, electrical, BA, BCom, BSc. Let us hand over a very comprehensive booklet. Of course, let us support this booklet with online resources. That's a different part of it. But definitely, we need to prepare one such comprehensive guide to the student, which can take him or her through the entire course duration and introduces almost all the possible career opportunities to them. This is my first wish. And it should happen very quickly from now on. 2 years we had a serious excuse of pandemic, and then later on you all started complaining about coming back to normalcy, and then the academic years were so truncated. I know we were greatly disturbed. If pandemic has disturbed any one sector very badly, I believe it is higher education sector. My point is, students are now so addicted to screen. The addiction is on increase, particularly after pandemic. Now every student is on OTT till late in the night. Getting them up early in the morning itself is a very big task. They lost their concentration. I think that way pandemic has caused extensive damage to the higher education sector. Now, the kind of reforms we have initiated, the government of Andhra Pradesh initiated, we wanted higher education to be skill-oriented, and we wanted to be away from the traditional teaching learning mode, traditional classroom teaching learning mode. And we wanted to give hands-on experience to the students. And that's how we revised the curriculum. In fact, Nagvir was talking about revising the curriculum. In fact, even Sudhir was talking about revising the curriculum. Revising the curriculum, in my opinion, is not a big task. I call a few professors from IIT, enters the task to them. They'll sit in AC room, prepare a wonderful curriculum. But a good curriculum is not in its design. It is in its delivery in the classroom. Now I have 2-3 distinct problems in my higher education system. Number one, I introduced the latest topics, advanced technologies, cutting edge technologies into the curriculum. I don't have teachers to teach that. The capacity is not being built in the campuses. My teachers are not updating their knowledge. My teachers are too good in imparting the fundamental knowledge. But at the same time, industry is also changing very dynamically. The technologies are changing. You can't expect at the same pace teacher also to acquire new knowledge. So this is my fundamental problem. The second problem, I create my teachers, I upgrade them, I build capacity within the institutions. Creating that curiosity among the students to learn. This is my second problem. Traditionally, ancient Indian, learning systems, they are all very well defined. Madhulubdo yada brungaha pushpat pushpantaram prajet. Jnanalubdo tada shishya guru guruvantaram prajet. Like a honeybee moves flower after the flower, a student shall be moving guru after the guru. Only if he or she has that curiosity to learn. But that is lost. Student is not so excited sitting in a classroom to listen to his teachers, to know, expand his horizons. He is not so interested. And when we introspect, there are many reasons for this. One of the reasons is IT sector. See, we are all so happy with the numbers that we are placing, but we never realize the damage that we have caused to the very fundamental teaching learning happening in an institution. See, irrespective of the branch of engineering, the IT recruiter would only test them for their programming skills, bit of a communication skills, a 3 months hard work, any student can pick up, average student can pick up. Programming is one subject, or maybe at the maximum 6 months job. But your program is for 4 years. Now, what should the student learn? Why should he learn? When the requirement is only soft skills and programming skills. I consider myself a good teacher. I'm not boasting of myself. I teach thermodynamics. My student would obviously come to me and say, sir, why should I learn thermodynamics? Finally, I'm going to join Wipro or TCS. Or why should I learn? I don't have an answer, convincing answer. Why the student should learn all this design of machine members, thermodynamics, heat transfer, why should he learn? When the final requirement is this. And now what is happening? And we, thanks to Y2K, I have no complaint whatsoever, millions of jobs. Had this sector not been there, for the last 20 years, we don't know where we could have placed our youngsters. Millions of them. Thanks to this sector. But at the same time, we got a little carried away. No, that's what, I gave you example 48 and, 152 and 256, fine. 376, the numbers, everyone is happy. And in fact, what I'm doing sitting at AP State Council of Higher Education, I started collecting the numbers 2018-19, 35, and 2019-20, 57,000, and 2021-22, 87,000. My graph is growing up, and I say my campus placements are increasing. We are all playing a number game, but today it has affected the engineering education so much so that engineering is only computer science. Thank God I am in an administrative role at this point of time. Otherwise, I don't want to be a professor at this point of time. Ill-treated. The core branch engineering professors are being ill-treated. They are not being recognized. As if computer science is the only engineering that can survive. A single-minded dedication, I don't know how it has gone through, parents, students, public, everyone. There are no teachers to teach. There are no teachers to teach. We have introduced so many, advanced courses, artificial intelligence, data science. Who's to teach? I think I have computer science HOD here and Anuradha MCA HOD. I don't know. Are you finding enough good people to teach them? Now, that's it. Now, students are after one particular branch. It's a skewed growth, skewed development. And we don't have good teachers. There are good teachers, there is no respect for them. Now, I normally see, this cycle continues 4 years, 5 years, there is a lull and then it picks up. And whenever this lull is for quite a longer period, say 2, 3, 4 years, then all would like to migrate to the core branches. Now by this time we have effectively killed these branches. Most of the core branch engineering teachers are migrating into computer science, by doing an MTech here or a PhD in computer science, all of them are migrating there. Now, people are talking about Make in India. Country is talking about Make in India. There are early indications that China may go down in the manufacturing sector. Two human resource intensive countries, China and India. If China for any reason fails in the manufacturing sector, only possible destination is India. We are not producing manpower for that today. I think we also need to talk about within the computer science, we also need to talk about the capacity building among the students. The right knowledge. In fact, everyone is talking about it, Even today, morning in Hyderabad airport, I met a couple of my placement officer friends. I was just casually asking them, what is the difference between 21-22 and 22-23? They say numbers have come down considerably, but it doesn't mean that companies are not recruiting. Companies are looking for right talent. Our students are not up to the mark. Our students are not capable of clearing that. Now, why are we not concentrating more on that? Okay, final year they get their placements, that's fine. Why are we not focusing on them right from first year? Give them the required skills, handhold them, motivate them, force them. I don't know what we do, but we have to do this. And then probably a recession or no recession, it won't affect us. We want, the vision of the state government is we want to produce highly skilled manpower from the state of Andhra Pradesh. Employable graduates from the state of Andhra Pradesh. The reforms that we have brought in, like 10 months mandatory internship, of which 2 months compulsory community engagement, we have introduced this in 2021 itself. way ahead of national education policy, way ahead of UGC guidelines of 4-year framework. We have introduced at least 2 years early in AP. And when I have introduced 10 months of mandatory internship, almost a million eyebrows went up. Said, are you joking? Where can you provide 10 lakh internships every year? And it is in two spells, a short-term internship for 2 months and a long-term internship for 6 months. And thanks to the company, Yudhishthir is here, such a good friend of mine. They all started supporting virtually, and last 1 year we have made 1,75,000 students to register for all these online virtual certifications, virtual programs. Let me tell you, we worked so hard. Last academic year, Andhra Pradesh students have achieved 2 lakh certifications. No, we never dreamt of. Of this 2 lakhs, 1,10,000 from Microsoft Technologies alone. And within this 1,10,000, the number is still increasing. No, it's going on. MCP certifications are more than 35,000. Which for sure fetches a job for a student. See, I'm not talking, Yudhishthir is here, he is so happy that majority of our students could clear. Around 20,000 Yudhishthir? 27,000 Salesforce certifications. Now, I'm not talking about a few simple certifications, but we really applied our mind. We motivated our people. Universities started working. For the first time, I believe, we are working as a unit. No, normally academicians are egoistic. Vice chancellors, they believe that it is completely his territory and domain, no one can trespass into it. Today, I am so fortunate, I have 17 such wonderful vice chancellors. We are working like a team today in Andhra Pradesh. And any policy that we are taking in fact, it's very easily percolating, but we should have done much better than what we have done so far, but definitely we are not going to leave it there, and we are taking it. Now, believe me, the entire state government is supporting us. Now, there is a state level committee with the chief secretary as chairman and 16 principal secretaries as members to identify internship opportunities. And every district collector is made responsible along with his district officers to identify internship opportunities in all MSMEs, business enterprises within the district, and push it towards the institutions and universities. And last September, November, I placed 1,90,000 BA, BCom, BSc students for internship for 2 months. 1,97,000. And that's what I said, 1 million eyebrows went up, and today it's a reality in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I have such wonderful team working so hard. We wanted to break the shackles. We wanted to break, the boundaries. And together, we are building a new ecosystem here. The online ecosystem, online learning ecosystem is so strongly built. When I talk about 1,75,000 virtual internship registrations and 2 lakh certifications achieved, and majority of the courses now we have a tie-up with the Infi Springboard, with the Wipro, and we have NASCOM Future Skills Prime programs offered. We have now Swayam NPTEL becoming very popular among the students, and more than 1 lakh students taking virtual courses on MOOCs, massive online open resources courses. Now, this is the culture we have built now. Now, why are we deliberately trying to build this? It's because I know for sure that the capacity is not built. I want to make up, people talk about industry institute gap, and industry academia gap is ever increasing, ever widening, and there is no way that we can address, because this IIC Industry Institute Connect for the last 25 years I've been hearing. There are journal papers published, there are workshops conducted, professors went around the industries to understand what it is. Nothing happened. And today, I brought that flexibility into the curriculum. I said 160 credits is what a student can acquire, at a very normal pace, an average student. Now, for a quick learner, what? I said you acquire another 25 credits. Take a minor degree. Fine, it's not new. Minor degree is not new. What is new here is, I said there is no restriction on number of minor tracks. Like if Wipro comes and Wipro designs a 20 credit 5 courses, that can be offered with the approval of my board of studies. If we can design one track, I don't know, any company, any, reputed company can come and design the tracks. The advantage is win-win. Now, right from second year onwards, my student is permitted to take these courses online. You offer these courses online, you identify your future employee. That's it. You train them. You don't waste your time. Resources are mine. Content is yours. Come with such tracks. That's what I'm pushing my vice chancellors very hard. Go and approach all the industries. Now this year, this academic year, they'll start it afresh. I'm once again venturing to revise the curriculum. Now I've requested Professor Satyanarayana, IIT Tirupati director, to head this committee, and we are once again relooking into bring as much flexibility as possible. Within the curriculum, we have introduced 5 skill courses. For the first time, we offered, we gave an offer to the student. You take a course being offered in your college, if you like your teacher, or otherwise go online, get a certification, convert them into credits. So these are the kind of flexibilities we brought into the curriculum. Now, we are very realistic. I'm not very ideal when I said this. I'm not over ambitious. I'm not over optimistic. I'm very realistic. I'm pushing this. Today I have such a great team with me. I need the support. Now that's where I want the placement officers to come forward. Now, Swami Vivekananda once said, give me 100 strong youth, I will shake the whole nation. I have more than 180 placement officers. Why am I not shaking higher education system of Andhra Pradesh? Come forward. You ask me what is the content you want. You are, on daily basis, you are the people who are interacting with the industry. You are the interface between academia and industry. You please understand the trends in the industry. Let us know. We will be ready. We are ready to spend money on this. We have a beautiful LMS now. Through this LMS Industry Institute Connect portal, we have connected now a single sign-on portal where I have 10 lakh students already registered. Anything I place it there, it instantly reaches 10 lakh students. That is a massive job we did in the last 2 years. We utilized the pandemic to the best use of higher education. And today, you have every system built now. You come with your request now. What is that you want for your student? Now, in the name of flexibility, I said each institution can be unique. Now, people are complaining about identical students being produced. And I'm really sorry, late in the evening, such a lengthy message is not good. All my friends are so tired, but I just need to talk my ideas so that I may get a few solutions. Please bear with me for the next 5-10 minutes. So, you please tell me, we don't want to roll out identical students. We want, let each college decide depending on its capacity, depending on the student's interest, the region's interest, whatever. You design your courses, I'll approve it through my LMS and straight away offer it. And if you want any tie-ups with an IBM, ISB or IBM or Wipro, Infi, you please tell us. What is that you want? We will go talk to them and bring it to your doorstep. Now, we are going ambitiously. We are building digital libraries in every village of Andhra Pradesh. We wanted to bridge that digital divide gap. So 15,000 villages, 15,000 digital libraries is our plan, and already 4,000 digital libraries are under construction. Maybe in a couple of months they will be dedicated to the state, and slowly we expand this. That means what? Any nook and corner, you have state-of-art facility, gadgets available, so that the content can be pushed to any corner. Students staying at any corner can reach out to these programs. And we wanted to directional online programs we wanted to take up. We have already requested my two technological universities and the first gen universities, Andhra and SV University, to design such highly useful skill-oriented online programs. And we are also going for apprenticeship embedded degree programs for the first time. I think we are trying our best, to bring in all the components that elsewhere in the world are being discussed in higher education front. We are trying to bring them here and assemble. I don't mind, even if we are copying, but definitely I want to introduce here in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So I want, tomorrow these industry people should come forward and say, look, right talent is available in Andhra Pradesh first. And this is the aim with which we are working. And we wanted to bring in latest skills to the doorsteps of the students. Wanted to make them acquire those skills, and so that, industry feels happy to come here and recruit them. And we are going on with so many, new ideas. In fact, the best part of it is Honorable CM is so particular about education sector, and he is spending a lot of time. Some of these components we have introduced are his own brainchild, and he is almost every week he is following it up, what is happening in higher education. So that's the advantage. Normally, politicians keep talking about politics, but today we have a chief minister who's talking about, quality in higher education. For BA, BCom, BSc, we are once again redesigning the curriculum. We are building in a lot of online verticals in almost every known area. And we wanted to make it so vast and flexible so that, my BA, BCom, BSc students also shall be saleable, employable. So I'm now targeting the entire 3.5 lakh students who are rolling into higher education system. Now I'll be happy, I said 37,000, and last before year it was 87,000 placements. Even assuming that 87,000 students are placed of 3.5 lakhs, it's not a big number. Now we also need to talk about unemployed graduates that we are pumping into the system. So this is our single major worry at this point of time. So let me tell you, you are very important in the entire design. The training and placement officers, you have to play a role. Like, educating the students about the importance of core engineering and diversified education, importance of every faculty, and creating these kind of workbooks, and, organizing workshops too often with the industry people, and understanding the trends, updatedly, and then posting it to us so that, we find solutions for that. So this is how the cycle is complete, and, loop is complete. And that's how we can serve the students better. So I think there's no point in being complacent. Now, this is what has spoiled higher education system for almost 2.5 decades. 2.5 decades, we did not think about tomorrow. We always, were happy to flow with the wind. And that's what, just with a small story, I'll stop it, I finish my lecture. A honeybee was, roaming around a pond. It got attracted to a lotus and sits there enjoying the surroundings, the scenic beauty. And this story, as it is told in Sanskrit, now I'll tell you. Now in the evening, the lotus folds and the honeybee is trapped inside. The story goes like this. The honeybee trapped inside the flower is thinking so. Ratrir gamishyati bhavishyati suprabhata bhashvan udishyati hasishyati pankajeshri ittam sochayanti koshagate dvirefe ha hanta hanta nalnim gajavajaharaha. Like, this honeybee trapped in a flower was thinking so. Now, Ratrir Gamishyati, this night will pass. Bhashwan Udishyati, there will be a dawn tomorrow. And Bhashwan Udishyati, so the sun will set in the east. Hasishyati Pankajashri, the flower will open once again. And I can fly very happily. At the same time, Ha Hanta Hanta Nalnim Gajavajahara. Now, an elephant herd entered into the pond. Now you imagine what is the fate of the flower or the honeybee trapped inside a flower. Now you cannot be complacent, let me tell you. I don't know what group is going to come and crush you. I don't know. But let us be a little more alert than what we are today, and let us join our hands. Let us work out for a very healthy higher education system, so much so that the industry people appreciate what's happening in Andhra Pradesh. That's my first wish. Thereafter we start strengthening them. You see, ultimately every student is carrying his own aspirations, his family aspirations, and look at it. Every day we are dealing with the students. We deal with hundreds of below middle class families. They're so focused. They want to make their parents so happy, and they don't know the avenues. Somewhere, very unfortunately, they drift everywhere. They lose their way, paths, and that's the most unfortunate scenario. Let us work together. The placement officers, I'm hoping a lot, and please treat me as your fellow placement officer, and extend all your help. Whatever requests I've made already, please take it serious. Venkatrao, you said 2 years back also this. So I just need, I'm so humble, I just say, I need all your help at this point of time. More than anything, my administrative staff, my vice chancellors, my principals, my registrars, they're all there. But more than that, I value your support, because you are so firmly connected to the grassroots, the stakeholders. So please come join hands. It doesn't matter individually or in a group, whatever way you want to suggest and improve the system, I am open to it. Venkatrao Garu, thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I don't know whether I've taken a little longer time. Thank you.